Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. Now, Nordy used to do incredibly hard puzzles, but has sent through some more recently that are a bit more manageable. So I'm hoping, again, this is in that category. Because Nordy is a great constructor, and I have been a bit terrified of some of the logic involved in the past. So we'll see how we go with this one. You can check the video length already, how hard I have found it in my future. But I haven't tried it yet, so we will see. It's called 7 thermosnakes. I seem to think we've had this concept once before, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Anyway, the rules will explain what we have to do. I do want to mention that on Patreon, there's my cryptic crossword solve each month, the Times Monthly Club Special. It's a viciously hard puzzle that I have great fun with, but my brain really hurts at the end of it. There is connections videos more than once a week. There are all of the solution videos to each month's Sudoku Hunt reward, and of course each month's Sudoku Hunt reward, which this month is Are You My Mama by the PBN Institute. Do check it all out. It's great fun on Patreon. There's often other posts as well. We've also got merchandise like this amazingly cool water bottle. And we've got SVEN'S SUDOKU PAD on the links under the video, and all of our apps which feature Thermo Sudoku, and of course our latest Fog of War Sudoku proving very popular. So do give them all a try. It is great fun. Now let's have a look at the rules of 7 thermosnakes by Nordy. Normal Sudoku rules apply, and that means we'll be putting 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. Now each grey thermosquare, that's obviously these runes in the grid here, is the start of a non-branching thermosnake that moves orthogonally through the grid. Let me explain. Well, no, there's a little bit of different rules there. Further rules. A thermosnake cannot touch itself orthogonally or diagonally, but it may touch any other thermosnake any number of times. Right. What is a non-branching thermosnake? Oh, well, hang on. Let me read all the rules first. 2 different thermosnakes cannot enter the same cell. Each thermosnake is exactly 7 cells long, and the digits along a thermosnake increase from start to end. Right. That's it. That's all the rules there are. It's very surprising to me that this grid will work with 3 given numbers and those rules. But what it means by a thermosnake is a 1 cell wide path moving horizontally and vertically in the grid. And that is one possible path. I think he said they were 7 cells long. So that could be a thermosnake starting there, and the digits increasing from there to the end. Now, what is this not doing? It's not touching itself. So I'm going to draw some illegal thermosnakes now. Well, this one would be illegal because although it's 7 cells long, ignore the 1, although it's 7 cells long, it would be touching itself as it turned there. This one does not touch itself. We don't consider that that touches that because the path has to progress somehow. Now, the touching itself diagonally rule would be something like this. That would be an illegal thermosnake because it would touch itself diagonally at the end there. Now, the other bits of the rules that I'm just going to re-emphasize were that 2 different thermosnakes can't enter the same cell. 1 thermosnake can touch another as many times as it likes. Each thermosnake is exactly 7 cells long, and the digits along a thermosnake increase from start to end. Okay, those are the rules. Give it a try. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. So, what I'm thinking about these snakes is that a 7-cell snake begins with 1, 2, or 3. 3 is the maximum because it's at 3 there are only 6 bigger digits that can go on the rest of the snake. And in fact, every cell along the line, position 1 will always be 1, 2, or 3. Position 2 will always be 2, 3, or 4, etc. up to position 7 always being 7, 8, or 9. Every position on the line has exactly 3 possibilities. That must always be true. Now, I said amongst that stuff that every snake begins with 1, 2, or 3. And look, I've not only got a 2, 3 pair in the top row, I've got that which sees a 1 and a 2. That must be a 3. In box 1, I've got another beginning here that now is not allowed to be 2 or 3 by Sudoku rules, so that's a 1. This one is 1 or 2. I mean, why not? Why not fill in the candidates on the thermosquares? So then we have to decide something about where they go, I imagine, next. This one, okay, we need some colours. This one's purple. That has to get out. This is a different colour, and this is a different colour again. So we've got different snakes here, but this purple has to get out into the grid and expand to a length of 7. So it's got to come through that cell. This one, I was going to say its next digit is a 2 and can't be here. I don't know it. Actually, its next digit is definitely not a 2. This digit, if this was to grow this way, it can't be a 2. If it was to grow this way, this cell can't be a 2 or a 3 by Sudoku rules. So the next digit on this snake is not 2, it is 3 or 4. If it's 3, it's not there. And I think we'd have a difficulty. If this was a green 4, how is purple going to grow without bursting its digits? I'm not expressing that very clearly, but let's say purple grew like that. This would be 3 or 4. That would be 4 or 5. This would be 5 or 6. But then we would have used up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this supposed green digit couldn't be any of those, but that would break the snake. It would be too high. So that's not green. That's where green goes. And it's not a 2. It's a 3 or a 4. Now, there may be a way of saying that yellow doesn't go here, and maybe exactly the same way, actually, now I think about it. If purple was to try and get out here, again, 6 is the maximum digit there in the 4th position. If you just think about that again, first position is 1, 2, 3, second is 2, 3, 4, third is 3, 4, 5, fourth is 4, 5, or 6. So if this was purple getting out, and the same would apply if it went that way, we'd be using digits from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in those cells. And for that to be yellow, it would have to be at least 7, which would make its snake not long enough. So yellow must escape there as well. And again, that is actually 3 or 4 as well, not because it's seeing a 2, but because it's seeing a 2, 3 pair, it's actually 4. And that is the second cell of yellow. Yellow now is going to go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This one, by the way, let's call it blue, that is going to go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's already started at the highest number it can be. So every other step is going to be forced. Does it have to come through there, blue? I don't know. At the moment, I think it could go round here or round here, so I'm not going to rule on that. Let's have a look at this, though. Yeah, where's purple's next step? If it was there, it would have to be at least 5. In this row, we've had 1, 2, 3, and 4. But 5 can't be the second cell on a snake. The second cell is 2, 3, or 4. So purple's second step is there. And that is 3 or 4. And now we've got a 3, 4 pair, and that's 2. By Sudoku, that's 3. By Sudoku, that's 4, and that's 3. And this is now 5, because purple has reached its apotheosis on the second step, the highest number it can be on the second step of 4. So that's a 5. Yellow has reached the highest number on the second step, which is 4. Green hasn't. Oh, that 3, by the way, is looking at that cell, which is a 1 and needs a colour. Now, Purple is going to get out with a 6 in one of those cells and then a 7 somewhere further on its snake. Yellow has got to have a 5 next. That's got to be here because it can't be there. Now that's interesting. Blue can't get through that way anymore. Ah, can yellow? Yellow now has to get a 6 next. And I can't rule that out from any given digits or even the pencil marking there. But I can think about what happens if 6 comes this side. Then yellow, which has to go 6, 7, 8, 9, would have to come through here. 6, so you'd have 7, 8, 9, 3, 1. That would be a 6 by Sudoku. I think this works. 4 and 5 there, and that would be a 2. That might well be what yellow does do then. In fact, 4 and 5 by Sudoku are in these cells somewhere. Actually, there's quite a bit of Sudoku available here. 1 is in one of those 2 cells. 3 is in one of those 3. Maybe there's not as much as I hoped. This can't be a 3 anymore. Might as well note that. Do I have to think about this starting to grow? I don't know. After that 6, 7 is going to be in one of those 2 cells. Maybe I should think about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here and what happens after that. Then 8 would have to be in one of those 2. I don't know. Oh, this one, has that got, well, this hasn't reached its, I'm for some reason calling it apotheosis, hasn't reached its highest digit yet. So there's still 1 degree of freedom. This is going to either be 4 or 5 next, the green. Now, if it's 4, it can't be there, it must be there. If it's 5, it can't be here, it must be here. So I could pencil mark that if I can remember that one of those happens. I was starting to think if that's a 4, that will be the 5, but it might go 1, 3, 4, 6 at the start. I don't know if it had. I'm starting to think it's quite difficult to pack all these snakes together in the top of the grid. For instance, if yellow was to come round here, this thing, it needs a colour, doesn't it? Let's make it grey. Grey would have to get out. If yellow went round there, oh no, grey could get out this side or that side. It's quite tight though, because purple still has to get out. If blue had to get out that way, then yellow would have to go up this way. Grey would have to escape this way. Blue through here. Yellow would have to turn in on itself. Oh my goodness, it would be incredibly tight, but I don't see that it's actually ruled out. This is quite a difficult one to visualize, actually, this puzzle. Well, here's another thought. If that was purple 6 and that was purple 7, then yellow 7 would be forced over here. I don't know. Is it? I can't work out if it is likely for yellow to go here or not. I also can't even guess if that's likely to be a 1 or a 2. Sorry, I'm not really getting to grips properly with these snakes. Or getting to the higher digits at all. Oh, this, no, I was going to say this needs a 2 next. It doesn't, because these thermos can have jumps in them. The 3 can't. Ah, that's very interesting. Yes, the 3 needs a 4 next because it's already at its apotheosis. That 4 in the box is going to have to be here because we know it's in one of those cells. So that is the blue 4. Then, now, do I know which side the blue 5 is? If that's 5, we go 6, 7, 8 in one of those two, 9 in one of those two. If that's 5, did I work out that we have to go 6, 7? Yes, because grey needs to escape. It can't do it round the corner. Yellow would be going up here. Grey would have to come out here. So these 5s are going to a 6 in one of those cells. Oops, 6 in one of those cells. And I think if blue was coming out this way, grey would have to come down here. So 7 would have to be there. So then there's a 7 in one of those. That's quite interesting pencil marking to be able to do. Now, also, there's a 3 to place in box 6 in one of these 2 cells. So, if 6, 7 blue was coming out here, that would definitely be a 3 by Sudoku, not necessarily on a snake. In fact, not on a snake at all. What have we got? 7 snakes, each of 7 cells. 49 cells in the grid are going to be coloured in the end, and only 32 are not. Not interesting. Just thought I'd do the maths. So if blue comes out this side of the 2, it goes like that with 5, 6, 7. Grey would be going 1 or 2, 2 or 3, 4 or 5, 5 or 6. And yellow would have to go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then find a 9 in one of those cells. Now, if this went 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that would place 3 here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3. That would be 9, and this would be a 1, 2 pair. Seems all right. Bother. I just can't decide. I just need to know which way blue goes and I'll be golden. Okay, let's have another look at purple. Go all the way back to purple. 6 in one of those cells. We know that. If it was there, that would force yellow to go this way. Oh, maybe I need to think about this again. If yellow goes this way, we get 6, 7, 8, 9. Ah, that cell can't be filled. If yellow comes here, we've got a 6 there and 7, 8, 9 in the box, and they all see this digit, which also can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. So yellow does not go this way. I think I'd convinced myself it would, but it goes down here. This is the 6. Those 2 cannot be 6s. Now we know where purple 6 is. Purple, remember, is doing 1 steps because it's reached its apotheosis, as yellow has, so that's a 7. Now the purple 7 is going to have to be here, and that has decided where green continues and what it continues to, which has now reached its maximum. Purple is 7. Right, that is good. Now, I sort of thought yellow couldn't go this way. No, that was based on blue having to go this way, which is not forced yet. 8 is in one of these cells and 3 is in the other. And then the 9, the yellow 9, I don't know, could be anywhere. Bother. Oh, this, no, I was going to yet again say orange needs a 2 next. I don't know that that's true. It needs a 2, 3 or 4 next, which is less powerful. Now, where's grey going? if it went this way, it can't go this way because it would have to touch itself to get out. It can either go this way or this way. If it went this way, it would have to be 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. But what would blue do? Blue's meant to be going 5, 6, 7 in the same rows. So grey doesn't go that way. Grey goes to here, and that must be a 3. This is an 8 and is yellow, and is now looking for a 9 in one of those two cells to finish. This 7, purple 7, is looking for an 8 in one of those two. This 5 needs a 6 next. We know where that is. Then it needs a 7 next. We know where that is. Then it needs an 8 in one of those two. Wow, I mean, it's funny how they expand once they get going, these snakes. So grey got to there. Its next cell, its next digit is a 4 or a 5. Now, for the same reason, it can't be here, because it would have to be a 5, but blue would then need a 5 over here. So grey goes here, and it's still very courteously making room for blue to get out this side. That is 4 or 5. But it could then go there with a 5. Although, no, it couldn't. Could it? No, it couldn't, for an interesting reason. So if grey went to here, 4 and 5 there, blue would be running down here 5, 6, 7. And where could grey go next for what must have to be a 6 or a 7? It would have to go there, but 6 and 7 would already be in the box. So grey doesn't go here. Grey carries on down here to what is not a 5 and is now a 6, and it's reached its apotheosis. 6 in the 4th position always means you must now go 7, 8, 9. Grey's 7 can't be this one, because then blue's 7 would be there as well. Grey's 7 can't be here, so it must be here. Didn't expect to be extending grey further than the others at this point. Now, I might have some Sudoku to do. Look, this is a naked single 9 in the box. It might be yellow's 9. I suppose if it can be, it probably is, but I haven't proved that yet, and we probably will get to. Then, no, that's 8 and that's 7. The box is complete. In the top row, that's a naked 9. It sees 6 and 7 in the column now. That's a 6, 7 pair. This is 1 or 2. We did get this 1, 2 pair, which I was speculating about earlier. This is an 8, 9 pair. This is a 5, 2 pair. Grey, okay. Yeah, no, purple. I can't even tell my colours apart. Purple needs an 8. Then it needs a 9. That 9 can't be here by Sudoku. It's going to be there or there. I think I know it's going to be there because of uniqueness, but I'm not using that. We want to prove every puzzle works in its own right. This is an 8 and 9 pair by Sudoku in the column, but 8 in the box has to be in one of those two cells for green, so it's definitely there and is green. And now this is 9 and is therefore where the green finishes. Green is a very straight snake today. 3, 5, 6, 7. 9 is in one of those two cells, but that doesn't mean it's definitely here in purple. 8 is in one of those two cells in box 5. Oh, well, I mean, that's quite blocking on orange. Orange has to get out somewhere. If that was 8... orange would have to get out here. Orange cannot go here because it sees 2, 3, and 4. Orange must go to this cell, and it's therefore not the 8. We can place the 8 here now. This is, I don't know, 2, 3, or 4. Then orange must go here because it can't turn into grey and it can't get to an 8 in the 4th cell. This is 3, 4 or 5, but it sees 4 and 5. So that's a 3. That's a 2. 4, 5 and 9 still to place in the box. Now, where is orange going next? Don't know. Where grey needs an 8 next. It's almost certainly that one, but haven't exactly proved it. Okay, blue. I'm going back to blue. After 5, 6, 7, either down column 7 or down column 9, it needs an 8 next. So 8 must be in one of those 3 cells. And that one has told us it's there. Then the 9, well, I was tempted to definitely write it. In fact, that is an 8. I was tempted to and it's blue. I was tempted to definitely write in the 9 here, but that's a risk because it could go like that or like that. So I can't take that chance. Now, that 8 has sealed purple's 8 there. This is a very clever, intricate serpentine puzzle. Now, I was going to say, what colour is this? But it doesn't have to be a colour. It's not purple. 9 in this box is in one of those 2 cells. So purple 9, which can't be there or it would go back on itself, is definitely here. Now yellow 9 is definitely there. And yellow, purple and green are all complete. That's not a 9, so orange is very comfortably able to come out here. Now, what else have we got? We've got a 2 in one of those cells. This is 1 or 4 by Sudoku. Still got this snake to look at, but we've got an awful lot of empty grid space down here to deal with. Is there Sudoku that's going to fill some of it? Not much. Oh, look, 4 is looking at that digit. I hadn't seen that. That is just painful. Sorry if you've been shouting that at the screen. This is now a 5, 6 pair. The 6 will be blue. 3, 2, 6, 8, 7. 1, 2, 3 is still leaving a lot of freedom for how it's going to wiggle after that. Goodness, this is intricate. I still don't know which way I think blue is going. It could be either side. That's so strange. Oh no, it can't be this side because that would be 6 and that would be 7 and that would break this cell. Oh, fantastic. I love this puzzle. 5, 6, 7 there. Okay, so now that's a 2. That's not a 7. We need a 9 in one of these 2 cells. Is that really not ruled out by anything? Not obviously. That's become a 5 though. And the 6, 7 pair didn't get resolved, nor did the 8, 9 pair. We just got some context on blue. Now, 3, 4, 2, 8, 5, 6, 7. That is 1 or 9 by Sudoku. This one is 4 or 9. It's not a 9 because 9 is in one of those 2 cells in the box. So that is a 4. I was going to say naked. It's really not very naked. 3 can't be there anymore. 3 is definitely here in the box. That is 1 or 9. That's 1, 4 or 9 in the row. Okay, 5, 8, 7, 3, 4, 6. This row, 1 or 2, 1, 2 or 9. Right, orange doesn't go through here. And I don't think it goes through this way either, because it would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 and come to a stop. So orange to increase goes through here, 5, not there because that would be too big a jump. It goes to here, and it's done 1 jump already. So this is 6 or 7 and must be 6. Then it needs a 7 or 8 next, which it can't get in column 3. And it can't get there. It's got to get it here, and it's got to be orange. Then it needs an 8 or a 9 next, and it can't get 8 from any of those cells. So it's getting 9, not from those 2, but from there. Bingo. That is orange complete. Now, I'm willing to bet that this little fella, who is going to be red, is going to get out in the bottom row, but I mean, I don't think you can make could you make, oh, actually you could make a 7-cell snake. That might even be 8 cells. Okay, so I'm not going to rule that out yet, but it won't take long. And we've finished all, grey now doesn't get its next digit there because it would finish. Grey has to get its 8 down here. And then it has to get its 9 here. Fantastic. That's going to sort out quite a lot of things. I'm glad I remembered to finish grey. That's 1, that's 9. The 9 has sorted out 8 and 9. We've got 4 and 9 there. That's lovely. This is now just a 2-1 pair. Let's get rid of all the other verbiage. In this column, we've got a 1-2 pair. I can fill in 5, 6. I get to do Sudoku now in my Sudoku puzzle. That's a 2, that's a 1, that's a 2. Might be able to finish a lot of the digits and then worry about red. Oh, I can finish off blue now, by the way. Might as well do that. That 1-2 pair, well, they are going to get resolved by column 4. 2, 1, 2. This is a 1, 5 that can be filled in. That is 2 and 8. 5 I can place in this box, then that's a naked 4. This is a 6-7 pair, and this is 3, 4. Right, I'm down to 1 deadly pattern, and red is going to resolve it. So here goes red. It cannot go this way, obviously. It would just get stuck quickly. So it does go this way. 1, 2, 3, 5. It's got to have 3 more cells. Well, they've got to be 6, 7, 8. There's nothing else. So we get another straight snake at the death, just as the first one we got was green and was straight. And there we go. That is 7 thermosnakes by Nordy. What a brilliant puzzle. That's so clever. Yeah, I love that. That's a really interesting solve. Absolutely superb. It doesn't feel like we had as many as 32 cells with no colours in, because it looked like the whole grid was just getting packed with these snakes. Brilliant stuff. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. It's a very clever puzzle. Really, I haven't had as much fun in a long time. It's brilliant. And I hope to see you again tomorrow for more Sudoku. Bye for now.